Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night we have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
Put the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Wash is down 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire!
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
Andre gets 3! Wins the primal race!
Experience tranquility.
All right, Overwatch fans, it is Tranquility Night for some Overwatch. It is the Discord tier between Joey Esports and Quokka Queens. And honestly, whoever wins this, we should be looking at the finals in the meantime. And especially, I'm going to just shout them out anyway. Navino is, I think, the runner of both of these teams and actually is playing tonight. And we love Navino here. And I'm Zohan, joined by Joe. And Joe, who do you think is going to win this?
Get back to me when the game is over. I think it's definitely gonna be a close one, but I feel very good about Quokka Queens. I mean, they're a very good team, but I think Joe Esports will have the edge. I mean, they're or other way around it. Joe Esports, good team. Quokka Queens, I think they'll have a small advantage.
Isn't Joey Esports the #1 rated team, if I'm remembering? Yeah, so Joey Esports is #1. Quokka Queens is like, I think, the 5th seed, but I don't know how much that would really matter right now.
Yeah. So, what I'm trying to say is both teams are good. Who's gonna win? I don't know. I like Joey Esports more. That's what
Right.
I'm trying to say. They're like have almost the same names. They're run by the same guy. Like next week, the teams might just have the same players on them. Who knows?
Right.
But no. In all serious stuff, both teams very good. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go either way. Like I said, I think the overall sentiment throughout the community is Joey would have an edge, but I'm excited to see.
Definitely. And our first map is going to be Nepal. It's going to be, I think this really has to set up who is going to win this here, Joe. Whoever wins Control the first time, I mean, we've casted how many series together, and whoever wins Control generally wins the whole series.
Yeah.
But I mean, it can go back and forth no matter what.
I mean, one of my favorite statistics in all of Overwatch is the 2020 shock. In the regional playoffs, not in the regional playoffs. No, actually, in the Final Four playoffs, like the Grand Finals tournament, they won every match they played. They only won Control and Hybrid. And I think that's a statistic that really speaks to how important Control is in a series. Especially a series here where it's first to 3. If you are able to take it to a 5th map, and you're good at Control, you're going to have a huge advantage because of the fact that Control first. And so having a good Control map can, first of all, set the tone for this series, and second of all, put you in a good spot if you are able to push it to number 5.
Right. Okay, I was going to say, are we really about to see a hog there with that composition? But no, I'm not going to be seeing anything right now. But now going into this, Quokka Queen's playing, I think, a lot better of a composition. You know, at least what we're saying, obviously, Overwatch 2 has now come out. Overwatch League has played today. Excuse me, they have swapped sides. So it is Joey Esports playing the more traditional Brawl compositions. Quokka Queen's playing, you know, just a far more space creating side. But this, Okay, never mind. It just doesn't even matter if Sam can just get a flashbang off, get that instant headshot there onto Reborn, and yeah, you have some contention there, but it's not going to last for too long. And Joey Esports with the first point.
Yeah, Joey Esports looked really good there in that first fight. You saw initially RMM just like let the team run straight at them with that speed boost. They crashed onto the back line, got the opening picks. You saw Sam's flashbang managed to get the kill. Not in Overwatch 2, but we are not on that game quite yet. Window coming up for QC, and outside of that, you're looking somewhat close to a high noon. On the other side, you really only have this minefield, so a definite advantage currently for Joey Esports. And if they can get a few fight wins before the E comes online, they're going to be in a spot.
Yeah, no, and Sam already has a Deadeye, gets the flashbang off, isn't able to get that right click in completely, but Ballman able to get those mines, does use it to at least force the team of Joey Esports off this point for just a second. And the hack coming in, actually those mines did beautiful work there, forced Tanic to push forward and actually gets hacked and taken out, so there was no ice block or nothing available to save them there. And now with this EMP, never mind, as I was mentioning it, match then gets taken down. The players are going down for the side of Joey Esports, but Quokka Queen still has not capped the point. 52% on the board, and I don't even know if they're going to be able to take it now. They're just getting traded back and forth, back and forth. Finally a little bit of life coming in, but they're investing ult still. And the perfect blizzard there is going to freeze everyone, and this should actually be where they can hold and where they can take it back. I think they have it.
I mean,
yeah, that was a sit
back
stop.
and forth. I actually have no clue who's winning. Okay, wait, we're done? Good?
I think we're done. I think we're done.
Joey Esports wins, okay. We're looking for Quokka there initially, but Joey Esports, they managed to stay, like I said, with a really nice blizzard. Now they have an ult advantage. Looking at both other end, really only the rally combined, and the Diva Bomb, this type of shieldless comp can get a lot of value.
Yeah, mine's coming in again. This is going to be final fight territory, and that takes out Navino early. I don't even know where. I don't know if Navino was using that self-destruct there, but yeah, it's probably through the self-destruct shatter. I don't think hits much. Rally is going to be popped, and so it's about even at the moment. But with Cryptic going down, they don't have the main tank anymore. Ballman will just have more rain to go anywhere. And actually, I think that may well actually just cause Tanic their life. 4 players for the side of Quokka Queens, and this should actually be the cap for them. So not overtime, the overtime victory, not just yet, but coming into it with a lot of ults.
Yeah, so nicely done there from Quokka Queens to fight back in, take the fight. Now you're really, they managed to burn very few ultimates. And this ultimate combo is kind of flipped on its head here, as Quokka Queens are close to both DPS ults and the Transcendent. And so if they are able to win this fight with just the EMP, the next fight you're looking at having some tank ults and the Transcendent. So they're in a good spot.
Yeah, I instantly with Reborn and Basket coming out, so much damage has already gone. EMP has to be thrown on. It does get 4, but can they confirm any kills off of it? If they don't confirm anything, it doesn't matter. They get Cryptic, they get Tanic, but they don't get enough for there. The recap is going to happen. Someone has to touch an order. I mean, overtime is going to be triggered no matter what, but they have to make sure that they can keep someone on point, that they can get kills and slowly revert it back. And running up the stairs into Sam's flashbang is not the way to start. They still haven't capped, actually. They're not focusing on getting a cap off, which has allowed Quokka Queens to get to about 60%. This is slowly maybe starting to go in the direction of where Quokka Queens can do something with it. But the kills still, picks going still in the favor of Joey Esports. Just the EMP now, maybe from Matson, not even going to happen there. But players still keep coming, Joe, for Quokka Queens. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, a lot of ults being thrown back and forth here, and while Joey is consistently getting kills, they're not out killing the spawn. So if this theoretically just goes on infinitely, Joey Esports would win this. But I mean, we're gonna reach a point where Quokka Queens would win this, but we're looking at Joey Esports starting to finally get some cleanup kills here. But the respawns aren't there, and Quokka Queens isn't out of this. As you saw, Sam get taken down there. EMP completely misses there. Bit of a memp from Matson. And now Quokka Queens are really on their final life here, as this is looking like Joey Esports' point.
Yeah, but I don't know just yet. The most recent kill is actually Basket. We have Joe Esports switching players just to get back onto point faster, and I don't know if it's working out for them. 75% to 99%. It is overtime for Joe Esports, but there are still so many players in this. Look at this. Reborn coming in, gets a kill on the Baptiste. No more healing there. Meteor Strike coming in, doesn't get anything there instantly, but Navino with the self-destruct should actually save them there for now, and Reborn finally goes down. But look at this, the players, they're not cleaning it up in time. They have another EMP. If they get this huge EMP, they get everyone. But oh my god, the pulse bomb was able to take out both supports, so it's not going to matter. They're finally going to be capping it after
that was
that 3 minutes? Yeah,
Score
4.5 minutes.
0.
That
I'm gonna listen. Our producer just lied to me, so it's fine, everyone.
That was absolutely crazy.
Ready for battle.
I mean, it was kind of absurd there, that ending. Sam managed to get a clutch pulse bomb to hold it out, because if he did not land that pulse bomb, you're looking at the end of that point. So really big pulse bomb to keep.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, so no, it's Joe, it's going to be close, because I'm liking this composition coming from Joey Esports, this, May Sim composition. So much mobility for them. They're already going to get instantly onto point, just cap instantly. Mattson has to do a lot, but gets Aussie just right off the bat. They weren't even paying attention to it. Navino, I don't think, was looking to where the Pharmacy was. They go down instantly, and this starts to get a bit worrying. RM has to do all of the healing as a Lucio. Anti-Nade comes in and actually gets 3. That's massive. If they take out Sam, if they take out Cryptic, that's going to be so good for them. But Madsen goes down. They lose that critical DPS, but the point has been capped by Joe Esports.
Danik absolutely nice basket there. And like you said, Joe Esports has managed to win this out. And so now Joey could try to get kind of a stronghold here on the objective. No ultimate built up. That was a very that's kind of surprising that you don't see like even a window got built up. I mean, we're only 50 windows, so nothing really big in this fight. We're just gonna see another neutral. Look for Maxon to get shut down here. Otherwise, he will range terror.
Yeah, no, indeed. And look at that. Already gets Sam is in a position where they could maybe get caught out, but does back away, and actually Joey Esports backs away, so it saves them just a little bit longer. Navino getting to so low, and the stick doesn't get anything. But, oh, actually, excuse me, this the immortality feel. I'm losing all my words. And the barrage comes in, doesn't get anything, and actually that works out for them. 43%. They invest the sound barrier. They could actually bring this back. They might be able to win this. Madsen does get rezzed, gets taken out instantly, and they're holding.
Yeah, for sure. Looking good here so far for Joey. We're starting to build up into some major ultimates. You're looking at Blizzard, your window, 2 game-changing ultimates. Vespi King is in a really big spot. If they're able to keep that Blizzard from the fight, they'll have a real shot at this.
Yeah, no, indeed. And this could be final fight territory for Joe Esports. Remember that earlier they were able to get the first advantage there, but a nice sleep and a nice pick off there, and gets the nano. Can they finish off anything with this? But the shield, the self-destruct, this Maywell forces them so much off. 95% and counting. I don't know where those mines hit. Reborn is able to get rezzed, but this made Blizzard, I'm losing my words right now, is exactly what they needed to take so many players off basket as well. So it is all up to the Valkyrie of Kizzle to do everything, all of the healing. Sam gets taken out there, and this.
Wait, how
did that Shatter not get Vespi King?
What?
I don't know how that just happened, but somehow the interactions of the that did not work out. All up to effectively Cryptic and RM, but they C9, they're off point, and Joey Esports takes game number 1.
A dominant performance there from Joey. That was very, they kind of dominated that second point. First point was very close. He had that incredible stall, but that round not so much. Joey Esports clearly on top, so looking good for them. Definitely excited to see what we head into Assault, because I think that could really how the rest set.
Yeah, no, so that was an incredible first game. It still worked out on the favor of Joey Esports, but don't go anywhere. We have an Assault map right after this, so we're just going to take a short break, so don't go anywhere. All right, everyone. We just saw Joey Esports take game number 1, especially on that map at Village, quite convincingly. And now we're going to be moving to Volskaya for Quokka Queens to maybe bring it back. And Joe, how do they take it from here?
Yeah, I think Volskaya is a really interesting map here. We really saw Quokka struggle to break into the Brawl comp of Joey Esports. And Volskaya Industries is the map where Brawl will struggle a bit. It could definitely still get played, especially on the defensive side, but I feel this will favor Quokka Queens comps a bit more. Saw them play a lot of ball comps on this opening map, so if they want to running with those ball comps, I think this is a very good map pick.
Yeah, no, and I actually liked it for Quokka Queens. Like, you know, it's definitely the harder composition. It is so much harder to get that ball composition rolling, and I felt like they were maybe focusing too much on one area when that composition has to spread out. But I mean, look how long they stalled. They stalled that first point for what felt like an eternity. It might have been like 2 minutes, but you know, felt like 20 years.
2 minutes is a very long stall. 2 minutes in Overwatch is about it. I mean, that's almost that's quite a long time. It's a little over half an HP. So
the main question is how long can Quokka Queens pull it up? Can they pull it back? Can they go forward and take that stall and make an advantage out of it? You know, flip the point. Because I mean, they seemed to stall for a while. I mean, they almost did, but it wasn't enough.
I mean, you look at the very end of the point there. You saw Quokka Queens be in a very winnable situation. They had built up an EMP. They also had one other, I can't quite remember what it was. And they really only lost that because of a big play from Sam. I mean, Sam gets a pick, and then about 5 seconds later, gets a 2K pulse bomb. That pulse bomb misses, you're looking at a situation where Quokka Queens could have pulled that back. They would have had their supports. They would have 2 supports, a tank, and the Sombra. That's a very winnable combo right there. And especially with how that EMP connected. It connected on all 5 of the living members of Joey Esports. So it's small things like that. The small individual plays can really take the big, can really turn the fights.
Yeah, no, and what do you think is going to be the key to them winning here? Like, what do you? I mean, this is one way to start. I mean, we are having a dive composition coming from Joey Esports against. I mean, what could shut down that dive composition very well?
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely could kind of shut that. This is the anti-dive comp. If we want to turn our minds back to 2021, this was the Atlanta Rain comp in essence. Sometimes you'd see the off tank be a Sigma, here it's a Diva, and this really was a comp that was very common to be a hard anti 6-man comp. And here it's going to be anti, kind of more traditional dive with a Pharah. Quick note, Hayes has been subbed in now for Vespi King, so a bit of a change there on the off-tank role. But overall, I am definitely interested to see how these two comps will interact, and I don't think this dive comp will find really much of any success.
Yeah, maybe they're already backing out from there. I don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, they are actually instantly switching over to just quite frankly double shield composition, which could work out very well. Harry Styles going to that Sigma could do very well against Hayes since there's no longer that dive composition. So it's going to be a slower playstyle. It's going to be poke. It's going to try to get these small incremental advantages, or just, you know, diving straight onto this team and fighting it out brawl style. It gets the D-Mech instantly. No more mech, so no more defense matrix, no more utility. They jump straight to point. Maybe are going to be able to get a cap. They already take out Hayes in that baby diva form, and now with the tick, and they continue with from here. They actually seem to do. Excuse me, Kizzle went down like half a second after I was like waiting for anything to happen. Now it was just like it was like half a second after I was like it's going to happen now, and it didn't happen, so I didn't know what to say. But yeah, 240. What's going to be about 6 minutes on the clock is, or 540, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, big time it. And they will have this Dragon Strike, and the comp that you're seeing come out from Quokka Queen really will stack on top of itself. And so if this Dragon Strike is able to be positioned properly, it could cause lots of troubles.
Yeah,
actually,
no, this
kind of whiffs it.
Yeah, Dragon Strike. I don't even know where that went. So they're gonna force out this Amp Matrix here and get another tick. So Quokka Queens is just going to be backing out from there. The other Amp Matrix is going to be traded out by Basket, but maybe not going to be enough. Actually just forces them away for just a quick second. A couple trades coming out from both sides, but it might be a vital one. That Torbjorn was so close to the to the Molten Core there. And no DPS for the side of Joey Esports. And honestly, this just seems like they know how each other plays, and so they're just poking at each other. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, they are definitely, they seem to, it's like two well-trained boxers. One will go for a counter punch, and then they'll know how to counter the counter punch, and then they'll expect the counter punch, and then it's the surprise thing, the thing that they kind of just came up with on the whim that ends up working. So it's definitely very interesting to watch these two teams that obviously know each other well. Coming to this next fight, though, big ult advantage for the offense. You're looking at nearly all 6 ultimates. Actually say that. Quokka Queens also almost have all 6 ultimates. So no matter what, we're going to see many ultimates get deployed. Lots of Qs getting hit.
All of the Qs in the world. And Dragon Strike going to be the first one in to force them off the high ground. Should be doing some, yeah, and actually, yeah, gets them out of the way. Navino getting 2. All right, Navino, I see you. I don't know if that hit anyone there. The reses are coming out, so they're going to have so much pressure on this point. Navino is just staying in a corner, trying to force anyone to come to them, but the respawns may actually start working in their favor. Basket able to get a kill onto Harry Styles, so not a lot of damage now if they're playing in certain sidelines. Navino going down, and I don't think they didn't even get to what they had originally. After pressing Q, they pressed all of the Qs.
Yeah, they used every Q they had. They almost built up another Dragon. They built up another Dragon Strike in that fight, by the way. Sam is doing a lot of stuff, but yeah, I mean, both teams really used all of their ultimates. Reborn popped ult and then swaps over onto the Echo. And then Hayes is the only... Oh, Hayes was actually remacking. So yeah, Hayes is the only one that didn't use an ultimate in that last fight. So, just to give you some perspective. But now coming into this next engagement, if you are the attacking side, you're kind of in a rough spot. You will switch over on the Diva instead of the Sigma, so maybe that will provide some new mobility, but they will really need to take a new approach.
Yeah, no, indeed. 2:30 on the clock, which, I mean, Quokka Queens has done incredible work to take this to so low after how high that tame bank was. They'll just start coming in. I think actually broke the shield enough for Matson to take out Navino, but Polar getting a couple of hits off, and a beautiful Dragon Strike should be forcing everyone lower. So maybe a bit of a chance. Actually, they're going to be getting that second tick never mind. Take those words right out of my mouth. There's the second tick. 2 minutes left on the clock. 2.5 ticks given. Has to come from here, but Matson just tearing through the opposition with those Hanzo arrows, just taking out everyone. It seems takes out Aerial Styles with the recon bolt even. So 1:45. They're having to make some switches.
Yeah, I mean, kind of running out of time here. Polar does get a pick there onto Reborn, actually. So Reborn switches over to the Doomfist. And then you see Polar go over onto the Soldier, and Sam onto the Tracer. So really a lot of swaps for both, as Reborn actually decides to go over onto the Tracer. I mean, I need a little, like, tally here of all the swaps that are happening. So, kind of a dive comp here, except there's a Baptiste for Joey Esports. The defense is running this kind of hybrid dive comp with the Hanzo and the Bap, so these are like, both teams are stuck between two comps.
Yeah, Ballman comes in with the dive, takes out Polar instantly. And yeah, as you said, now the Baptiste, what does that do? How does that help out with this dive composition? They still have that amp matrix, they're not using it. So, you know, with 45 seconds left, now is the time to use it. Now, maybe if you want to get a switch off, and actually they just revert back to Orisa.
Yeah, I feel like they've just run out of ideas. They don't seem to know what they want to do here. So, they need to figure it out. Pulse Bomb gets eaten up by Hayes. So Sam gets diffed there by Hayes. And now we're going to see a dive onto this high ground.
Onto this high ground indeed. And does it do anything? No. But it does force the rest of Joey Esports away. And Quokka Queens is coming into their own with this 10 seconds left. Reborn goes down, but they need to do so much more on the side of Joey Esports to cap this point. 3 seconds left. We're going to be in overtime no matter what. A lot of ults coming in. Nice mines in the air. Rally coming out as well. And they are cleaning up everyone from Joey Esports. Navino is just trying to stall as long on point as they can, and they have to take out Madsen, but they are not taking out Madsen. Just raining terror from everyone, and they're just running at a point, and I don't think that they can do much longer. I'm getting a bit scared now, actually. Polar is taking out everyone, but finally goes down. And
Polar tried.
That scared me for about half a second, because I was like, how do I talk about this?
Score 0.
Yeah, I mean, Quokka Queens, though, that's a very solid second point defense there. I mean, remember, almost 6 minutes for Joey Esports, and they failed to capture second point. They did get over 2 ticks, nearly captured, but they didn't. So now if you're Quokka Queens, you have a really solid win condition that they can work towards. Joey Esports, though, they're going to need to have a really good first point hold if they want a shot here. I would like to see them run kind of a bunker comp again. I think it definitely will work substantially better on the defense. Very similar to what they ran on the first point. I think could get some good value here.
Yeah, and I like this composition. I like Polar on the Ashe. I like double sniper especially, and they instantly switch off the Ashe there. So they really they're listening to me right now.
I would have liked the Ashe Sigma, but instead it's gonna be the Soldier and the D.Va. I don't have a huge problem with the D.Va. I'm a big Soldier believer. I mean, I think Soldier's the best DPS in the game right now. He does so much damage. He just looks at you for like half a second and then you're dead. So I'm a big fan of the Soldier, and Ashe. I mean, Hanzo Tsuji is also very good. So I am a fan of this comp. The attacking comp, though, is interesting because we're going to see Basket on the Zen once again, and this would be the comp that they really finished the second point defense on. This is the one that they found the most success on.
Yeah, no, indeed, and I like this composition coming from Quokka Queens. This is just such a nice composition on Volskaya Industry. It allows them to take so much space. There's no Reaper guy, but, you know, what can they say? You can't have Reaper guy in every composition. And, I mean, look at this. They're just able to poke. They're able to get out instantly. Ballman setting up for the dive, not contesting, not going for it just yet. Gets the slam off. Doesn't get anyone off, but actually, they are able to get picks off instantly with Madsen following up. And they're starting to cap point a little bit. What is Joey Esports plan going to be? Look at this position for the Brigzen there, just in such a safe spot. They have to push up to it, and Navino tries to push into a Brigzen Diva and is just deleted instantly.
Oh no!
I don't know what else to...
Polar! Polar! There's a... Polar. There's a
30.
there's no floor to the map. You can fall off the map. There are no walls. It's not Valor.
I can't get over that. I can't go over that right now. That was perfect observing too.
Coming to this next point. DPS ults for Quokka Queens. They're in a really good spot. I mean, look at all these ults they have. They could definitely just roll this over if they play their cards right.
Yeah, and especially they're trying to, but now they're trying to engage into what seems to be such a secure bunker composition at the moment. I know it's not called a bunker composition, but it feels like it, and I think this has to be the instant reset for them.
Yeah, you see Hayes going off the edge. That's what the plan is. Reborn went to contest point, which I did like, but it seemed like their timing was off because Quokka Queens was already pushed up by the time Reborn got to point. You want to send Reborn to point first and then have the rest of the team push the high ground. But now coming to this next fight, you're looking at 6 ults for the attacking side. Quokka Queens are loaded. The defense, not so much. You will have both support ults, Bomb and the Tac Visor, but when you're running to the Transcendence, that can kind of cancel out 2 of them. So you really need to be careful here if you are Joey Esports.
Yeah, no, you have to be really careful indeed. And that was an incredible whip shot to start off this fight. Polar just does a repeat of earlier and flies off the map. And now they're starting to do pretty well in this fight, but Sam trades it out in now the kills, excuse me, for Joey Esports are going in their favor. A lot of I mean, back and forth consistently. Self-destruct breaks the shield, but Navino in just such a secure spot, so could actually live for quite a while, and especially with this Tac Visor coming in, forces a lot of the players from Quokka Queens away, and yeah, they're gonna hold.
I mean, Quokka Queens is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only the Dragon Strike they managed to hold on to, so I mean, this is kind of reminiscent of that like 11 ult fight we got last attack, and here it's the same result. The defense holds on, and now you're seeing Joey Esports kind of even out the playing field when it comes to the ult economy. I would like to see them play them more defensively and wait for a hard engage from Quokka Queens. Then you could pop the bongo and really force Quokka Queens into an uncomfortable spot.
No, 3 minutes left. There's still plenty of time for them to take this map and take this victory. And oh, was I scared for just a second. I thought we were gonna get a repeat 3.0 effectively now of all of the boops off the map. No contentions just yet. Polar gets the Helix rocket. I don't even know where Reborn was there. Navino so low HP. They have to, someone heal Navino, please. Jeez, just heal him up. And okay, now they're just poking at this point. And Joe, it feels to me that I think Quokka Queens has lost the path to victory with this composition.
Yeah, I mean, Quokka Queen's attack feels like an exact repeat of Joey Esports' attack. They have a lot of time coming into second point. They built up a lot of ultimates, then they lose their big ult fights, and then they look lost. And they do look a bit lost here. So we really need to see a big change here, I think, from Quokka Queens, as this window really just keeps them from doing anything.
Yeah, this window prevents them from doing anything, and a double whip shot kill from both sides starts us off, but the kills are the picks, excuse me, going in the favor, taken away instantly again. More whip shots off the map, but not a take given just yet. So as long as, you know, trades will always go in the favor of the defending side, and that's exactly what's going here as Harry Styles on the opposition. Yes,
yeah,
I made that joke. I made that joke. It's fine.
It was funny. It was funny. I promise.
It's gonna get dated so hard one day.
It already is. But Coming to the next fight, Quokka Queens really do have the advantage. I mean, they've had the advantage for really all but one fight, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it. And their ults have really been just lacking in the value they need to get. Ballman engaging now.
Ballman's going to be engaging in here with these mines. Can they get anything from it? No, the boop instantly. Okay, they can save their life, but can they actually get anything with it? So they're going to put the mines onto point, and this, oh no, I'm too worried for this. Transcendence is going to be used as well. So now the Tac Visor has nothing against it. Tac Visor is just going to be going in. Polar just ran into that self-destruct. That is exactly what just happened. Yeah, 20 seconds left, and now, I mean, this might be Joey Esports map.
This would be crazy if Joey Esports win this. After how their attack ended, I was feeling pretty down on their odds, but they've seemingly managed to successfully turn it around. You see the clock counting down. Hitting overtime.
Yeah, hitting overtime indeed. Reborn tries to come back on the Genji, goes down. And now just they're pressing Q to victory, and it's working out for them. All the picks are going in their favor. Hayes, Kizzle, all that is left to stall and to hold. And they have gone down as well. And Joey Esports coming from 530. What felt like an impossible position for them have now won game number 2. Takes us to match point, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, really nice start. Really nice recovery there from Joey Esports. They really were struggling, but they have managed to rebound nicely and put themselves in a very winnable spot, like you said, on match point now. All they need to do is win hybrid, and then they'll have taken the set.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, what do Quokka Queens do from here? What do they do to change it?
That's a great question. I wish I had the answer. Quokka Queens really just look, I don't want to say underwhelming, they look lost, I think, in a lot of these fights. They look like they don't really have a concrete plan for what they want to do, and even when they do, they're failing to execute on it properly. And this is letting Joey Esports fight back into these fights, I guess, and keep their hope alive in situations where they probably should be down in it.
Yeah, well, they have all the time that they have 10 minutes at least for this halftime break to figure out what they need to do. So don't go anywhere. More Quokka Queens and Joey Esports action right after this. Joey Esports on match point. I mean, honestly, it's so hard to judge how these teams should play, Joe, because Overwatch 2 now.
Yeah, Overwatch 2, game that exists. I think
It is a game, yes.
It is really interesting because of course the Overwatch League started up today. I know a lot of people are watching it. I for sure did. And so I went from watching like 3 hours of intensely watching this new game, trying to absorb all the knowledge I can. And then I come back to this game that I've been watching for the last 4 years. And so it's simultaneously very strange, but also comforting, because I know what to expect. This is Overwatch. I know how the game's played. I know what the characters do. There's no shot that they're going to randomly give Zen a 50-foot knockback when he kicks. And it is weird, but it's also kind of comforting. I mean, I love this game. Not so much played it. Casting it, I like to watch it. And it's a game I love, and so no matter how much longer we have with this game, I'm happy that I get to be here.
Yeah. And now we're gonna go to New Bonnie, which, you know, we mentioned Overwatch 2. I don't get how this map's going to be played in Overwatch 2.
Well, luckily for you, it's not in the game.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's not.
No, they have three. There's like 3 escort, 3 hybrid, 3 2CP, and then the 2 push map that are in the game, right? Because they haven't finished remodeling all the maps and stuff, and they're changing some of the maps. Some of the maps are getting changes and stuff. So they essentially put in the two hybrid maps everybody likes, the new hybrid map, the 2 escort maps everybody. Actually, the escort decisions were a bit weird, but they put in some escort stuff. So it's just. Yeah, but Numbani here. I'm a big Numbani player. I'm like that where it's like average Numbani hater, average Numbani enjoyer. I'm the strong, muscular guy, the Numbani enjoyer. I'm a big fan of this map. First point, big fan. Third point, big fan. Second point doesn't exist.
Second point or third point?
Second point doesn't.
Oh, second point doesn't exist.
No, it ends in about half a second. So
I've had so many quick play games go to third point and then just never end.
Yeah, that's a pretty common occurrence.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what's that other map that's like that? There's one other map that's like that. I'm struggling to remember which one.
Insert map. Kings Row?
No, because you get play on Kings Row second.
Junkertown?
Dude, I honestly can't remember.
Havana?
I need to go scroll through the Overwatch.
Ilios?
No, because it wouldn't be one of the control points because you're forced to play them, right?
Yeah.
So.
What is this composition? Okay, that's a lot better. I was so confused with what that composition.
I was thinking of Watchpoint Gibraltar. Cause sometimes you get like, because sometimes you either get a stomp through second point or you get completely held through second point. So, that's what I was. Yeah. Defense. I like this comp. I would like Reborn on really anything other than a Tracer. If I'm completely honest, I think you could get a lot more value out of like a sniper or something that plays kind of more back with the team. Torbjorn even. The attacking comp here, it looks like they just want to run some dive. Interesting that we're going to see the Genji. Genji may be very good in Overwatch 2, but Genji is still not quite very good in Overwatch 1. So, 2 very different styles of comp.
Yeah, and it definitely seems that they know all
Goodbye.
Reborn.
Adios.
I think just flashed back into that, and bye Reborn. You have to get Reborn later. I had to make that joke. Sorry.
That was a good one.
that was a good one. All right. Well, Sam gets traded out. So the mobile DPS are gone. Dive onto's high ground takes Cryptic so low, but they're not contesting point at the moment. 2 ticks are gonna be given instantly, and Quokka Queens don't seem to have an answer. And that anti-nade gets onto basket. If they can finish that off, they're going to lose that Baptiste. But
yeah, they put a Nano on the Cryptic too, but it's not managing to find too much work. This is looking good here for Quokka.
Yeah, but No, never mind. After that, it's gone. But 2.5 ticks for what was the first fight is not. How is that gonna go the second fight?
Yeah. Cryptic manages to make it out alive there, and the ult economy is kind of non-existent. Not a single ult currently online other than the window for basket, so gonna be a pretty neutral fight here. We will see some ults get built up early into it. But if you are on the side of Joey Esports, I think you really have to look for a solid dive onto Mats. If you can remove Matson, you really open up the fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what they seem to be going for. Primal Rage invested. Immortality Field has to be used. And then the barrage coming from behind. They're able to take it out, but not enough. A little too late.
Very
and I
strange
think
fight.
this has to be the cap. Yeah, there's the cap for sure.
That was a very weird fight. I mean, you see him fight in this tiny hallway, which is only ever used really for rotates, as RMM gets a kill. Okay. And you see a full-on fight take place there. His basket just kills too. I don't know what's happening. It won't really matter. But yeah, it was just very weird. You fight in this hallway, Barrage gets popped, Bomb gets popped, Primal gets popped, a lot of stuff happening. But the defensive side has built up into a solid ult bank here. You're looking at both DPS ults, including that Dragon Blade, and then you also have your Rally and your Bongo. So, like, you can kind of get the deluxe VIP blade there with the deluxe Nano Blade there with the Bongo and the Rally. So, in a good spot, I believe Quokka Queens are.
Yeah, no, especially with how much Titanic is just putting in damage-wise. Reborn comes in with this blade and okay, barely gets one. Is so low HP though, it might not matter. Or, you know, never mind. They can just get everyone off. They do get the res off, but Titanic has to come out, and the Nano comes in. It's going to be onto. It's going to be a Sam. I swear I just heard the Winston voice line for it though.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did too. It was deployed onto Sam. I promise you, but it did sound like it was onto the monkey. Very strange.
It was so bizarre. I was so confused there.
Maybe it's like maybe it's a new update where you can like disguise your audio.
If you look
your
too,
voice line.
it showed Cryptic getting the picks with help from the Ana. Like it was a Winston Ana face.
Maybe he did get nanoed, but when he slashed it, dude, I don't know. Okay, our producers is telling us that Genji for sure got nanoed, even though the audio is deceiving.
The audio is just being
I believe Sam
deceiving
just
us.
deflected Matson shot back into his.
Yeah, deflected themselves. And okay, well, 4 minutes on third point. They're investing ultimates to just push them
like
back.
I said, second point, Nimbani doesn't it?
You're right. I don't know what just happened. Matson Widow.
Matson, pausers.
Wait, go on.
Matson,
Anyway.
I believe in you.
Anything? No.
Unfortunately.
It gets dived on.
Oh, he's
It
dead.
gets primal raged off.
Bye, Matson.
We were waiting for Madsen to do something that we didn't expect. The Spanish Inquisition of Cryptic. But then they get everyone else on their team, so it doesn't matter anyway.
All good. Yeah, despite losing Matson immediately, it was overall a nice fight there from Quokka Queen. Now they're really building up into a good ult bank once again. You're going to have the Bongo Blade as well as this Diva Bomb from Vespi. So if you're in an ideal world, the bomb will get deployed into the back, Reborn and Ballman will pop their ults, and then they'll be pushed into that Dragon Blade.
Yeah, going to be pushed back into the Dragon Blade. Bongo is going to be used. Dragon Blade as well. Does get one, doesn't get a second. And honestly, there's still a chance, but never mind. Tana goes down. They lose that barrage as they were using it.
Wait for Sam.
And self-destruct coming out for Vespin King. Takes on Navino. And another quick hold for them. 2:40 on the clock.
Yeah,
I don't think Sam getting one matters much.
Yeah, Sam did end up getting one on the way out, but they will man-shade respawn. That's an interesting angle for Mats. He only dies because of it, but an interesting angle that I didn't understood. Reborn now going on to the Doomfist, so you got the triple tank set up for Quokka Queen.
This is actually good.
This is actually good. But yeah, you're gonna have the Nano Blade here for Joey Esports, and so if they can bait out the Immortality field right before the Nano Blade comes through, they're gonna be in a favorable position. As you can see, Joey Esports kind of stacking on this high ground, waiting for the sights to go away. Now that they're gone, they will start their engage.
Yeah, the Nano Blade coming in. Can they get anything with it? It's going to be massive if they do. They get 1, they get 2, taken out, but with 3 gone, this should be the advantage for them. And no more fortify for Ballman, so should be pretty good actually for them. But they're not pushing the card and they're not finishing these kills, so the staggers could slowly go back in the favor of Quokka Queens. And actually, the card's kind of far enough back that they're definitely going to regroup in time.
Yeah, QZ getting some good picks there. You set his team up for success. Like you said, they will manage to get a recontest. As the rally's going to come through. The shatter of the spawn doors. Nobody's able to get to the card.
I'm confused.
Well, the people trying to come out the right door just got killed. And the people trying to come out the left door just got shattered. Not allowed to play the game.
Yeah. Kind of just a odd way to end that map, or to end that round there, but I mean, I think they were holding pretty well. I mean, they got it down to 1:20, so that's not that bad in the grand scheme of things.
No, definitely. So, coming into this next round, though, it's definitely a fine time bank. It's not like the best time bank in the world, but it's definitely workable. The defense is gonna kind of run this heavy anti-dive comp. Interesting though is that QZ-wise opting to play something. The Lucio Brig. Okay, that's a support line, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a support line I can get behind.
What about Matson on Dave Overwatch?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dave Overwatch. But yeah, so pulling out this Cassidy here, I think it could definitely work. I'm a big fan of this kind of Brig backline. Somehow we've seen almost mirror comps. This is definitely a composition I would not expect to see a mirror of, but here we are.
Yeah, it's going to effectively just long range versus medium range. So it's going to be all up to how they can engage into this. The first little bit of poke going in the favor of Joey Esports. They're not going to be resetting for the side of Quokka Queens and actually just kind of going around. I don't know if they're going through the bottom, but this may actually work a little too well for Joey Esports if they can't rotate fast enough. They're trying to just go through. They're trying to take the engagement sooner, but this poke, I mean, look, they just rotate away. It's fine. And okay, now I'm going into this. What?
Yeah, the Hulk comes through though, and doesn't get hit. But there's the opening pick. They're gonna roll.
There's the opening pick there, and I think that's the first fight done. And oh no, the hammer's coming out.
Can he get it?
Hammer kill. Hammer kill.
Oh, she's. Oh, come on, Kizzy.
Oh no.
Kizzle drops off the edge. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
There's too many boos in my headphones. 2:30 on the clock, and a nice hold, honestly, especially. But now the double. Oh, I like this composition a lot more. Ooh, I like this.
I'm definitely a fan of this comp. I'm a big double flex support believer. I think double flex support is the truth.
Oh wow, Matrix coming up from both sides. Cryptic actually, Kizzle gets 2. Oh no, the Zenyatta is just reigning supreme. I think it wasn't even the I don't even think they were all the damage, but the final pickoffs just that fight was over in about what, half a second?
Yeah, that was a very fast fight. No, I mean that fight was over just like that. But coming to Streets phase now, you're looking at a Bongo.
Yeah, Bongo coming in.
Bongo
gets broken instantly. Immortality field, and actually, oh, that immortality field, that self-destruct. The self-destruct was massive. They're pressing Q a lot, but they hold pretty early.
Yeah, they will manage to get the hold here. And really try. They're holding in not the best spot. I mean, I believe our Sam might have just. Actually, Sam gets out. No shot. I thought Sam was dead.
Same. That was good. And Navino actually switches over to the Sigma, so it's gonna be that double shield mirror. They're still keeping on the Brigitte, and I think they're just hoping that that rally will win that will win them another fight. And this is still such a nice hold on the street space. As as Joe mentioned earlier, there's no second point to Nimbani, but Joe Esports are making one out of it. But Tanic runs into the Molten Core, goes out. So they're going to have to invest this Bongo, but not gonna matter anyway. And there is in fact no second phase on no street phase.
Yeah, street space doesn't exist.
I don't.
It's just like you.
Whatever
you
just
cap
happened
first
was
point,
just it's the
you cap
loading
first
screen.
Point, you get about like 45 seconds more. You lose an ult or two. It's very strange.
What just happened.
Blizzard should look into that.
And now it's gonna be the complete mirror.
Yeah, straight mirror comp. They're definitely gonna be interested to see how they interact, but Quokka Queens has really been rolling over so far. But this is something similar to what we saw at Joe Esports, but they just got held up here on third.
Yeah, and this Dragon Strike going to be forcing them out, and they're walking back into it, goes down, and sure they get and they actually also force the grab and the Dragon out of it and get the pickoffs. That was a perfect fight for Joe Esports there.
That went exactly how they planned. That's Coach riding it up. Oh, the X's and O's, that's how he wanted it to break down there. The offense will have a Transcendence, but that's about it. The defense doesn't have much of anything either. You're really looking at Molten Core and a Gravitic Flux, so you're really looking at which players can perform better in the neutral here. And pick a high ground rotation.
Take a high ground rotation, no comp switches, and oh, that was a second away from going perfectly. And Molten Core onto point, so they have to back out from there, and they're just going to be chasing. I don't know who this is. Oh, they're just focusing on Navino. Navino tries to invest Gravitic Flux, doesn't get anything from it. Sam builds up another Dragon Strike and just is tearing everyone down. Take a bow there, Sam, and I don't think Vespin King is going to get out of there alive.
Yeah, I mean, this is Sam's world, and he is
living in
really
it.
flexing his muscles.
You didn't say the run, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't say the full line. I'm aware. We're not living in his world quite yet. I was prepared for a big joke when they won, and you ruined it. I had a whole bit planned out.
Oh, I'm sorry. You could have still gone for it. You could have just ignored what I just said. And well, they just win another fight, so double A matrix used it.
Those windows look very
It's
fun.
over. I know they look like they're like hugging each other.
There was a game I casted one time, and it was on King's Row, and somebody misplaced their window, and they just put it directly in front of a wall. Like, it was
Really?
impossible to shoot through at all.
Oof.
And it was a very funny window.
So
Big
145 on
ultimate's
the
coming up
clock.
for the attack, though. You're looking at both tank ults and both DPS ults. And that's a good pick there onto Sam.
That is indeed it. They could push off of it, and they're going to try. But with Reborn going down, the Molten Core is not going to be in a nice position. But Cryptic, the no more Orisa for either side. They're just Navino is in.
I'm not gonna lie.
Land.
I expected Orisa to start spinning a javelin when Baldman walked towards Navino. I was like waiting for I was waiting for the javelin to be pulled out.
This is a different game, but it's okay. So they're able to contest again, and they're still just poking. I'm noticing Quokka Queens doesn't want to engage too fast, especially with this Dragon Strike coming out. This Graphitic Flux has to do a lot more, but not going to get anything with it with that Transcendence out. And Kizzle goes down. Everyone's so low, and okay, did we just see that too? Madsen got a great body shot off, but wasn't able to finish it.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So
Just
basket
confirm
kills too.
I was waiting for the
fuck them
basket
out of here.
4K, 6K. Clutch it out.
Big multi kill.
30 seconds left, so this is final fight territory.
Yeah, really only Dragon Strike here for the attacking side. It needs to be well placed, but Tanic could shut it down. Sam's going to swap off the Hanzo, go over onto the Soldier now. So in an interesting spot here for the defensive side.
Yeah, 10 seconds left. This is final fight territory. No matter what, Quokka Queens has to take it here. I think maybe has a chance for a draw, maybe has a chance to take it to game 4, but this is going to be rough no matter what. But that Dragon Strike starts us off, but they see no, they don't even touch point. I'm speechless.
Play of the game.
Joe, did they didn't touch point?
Guys, the point.
Oh no, Arte. I'm just seeing our cameras in the back. Wait.
I'm filled
What
with
just
immense
happened?
disappointment, and my day is ruined.
I was. What just happened there?
Guys, the point.
The point. It's gone. The series over. I'm not even gonna get up from that.
Okay.
I can't do it. Joe, I was gonna say break it down for us, but like, I mean, some great plays earlier in the game.
Here, I'll break it down for you. In the famous words of they didn't touch the card.
That was a Charlie Niner if I have ever seen
A
one.
letter number, you could say.
All right, fine. I'll sit up just for you, Booth. That's fine. But all right. I ruined your bit earlier, so I will have you lead of who is your player of the series.
Oh, player of the series. That was a tough one. I mean, it was overall. I think everybody really on Joey Esports played well. I'm gonna give it to Sam though, mainly for that big performance on the first and last map. Sam really showed up great, and so I think Sam's my player of the match. You can ruin my bit, but you can't ruin my player of the.
I'll agree with you, and you know that wraps it up for us. Make sure to stay here. Don't go anywhere. The Beat Drop podcast is gonna be right after this. So this has been it for me, Zohan, and of course for Joe. Follow us on Twitter if you want to see where we cast. We do actually cast together, so we'll have more bits like that in the future. And of course, huge shout out to our producer Booth, who is also hosting the Beat Drop after this. I'm gonna plug that again just for Booth because best host NA, of course. And that has been it for us in this Tranquility Knockout Week 2. Good night.